Alright guys, welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. This is Ali Plays. And today we're going to be doing the Faction Wars teams, how to prepare for free-to-play players. So we're going to be focusing on the uncommon champions that are good in each faction. Last time we did the Talarians, so we did Bannerlords and Halves in one video, so you guys can go check that out. And we did the Sacred Order as well as the Barbarians in another video. And today we're going to be doing the Ogryn tribes and Lizardmen. So I want to get these videos out for you guys to prepare as soon as possible. Because Plarium said on the forums, I think it was the Cyrilia, I think she's like, I don't know, she's like a moderator or something. She's like a moderator or community manager, Cyrilia. She said that Faction Wars is coming out incredibly soon. So it's important for me to get this out to you guys so you guys can have an idea of what teams you want to work on. And they said they're going to be needing a lot of champions, so make sure you guys are not getting rid of any champions, rares, and epics. You can get rid of uncommons because they're easy to get, you can get them whenever. But yeah, let's go over this. So we're going to do the Ogryn tribes and Lizardmen. Let's get started. So again, as I said, you guys can use legendaries and epics. That will be much better for you guys. But we're going to be looking at the uncommons and rares for free-to-play players. So I made a list of the top 10 uncommon champions for Clan Boss. Hunger was on the list. So Hunger is very good for you to get. He has a stun on his basic attack. And he can also apply shield buff on all that's equal to 10% of his max HP for 2 turns. And if you increase it, it's going to be 20%. It's going to be a 3-turn cooldown, so he's going to be very good for you guys to use as a tank. So he's a very good champion for you guys to use for Faction Wars. So again, I recommend taking uncommons to only rank 4, and then after you can decide if you want to increase them to rank 5. And then rares, I would say rank 4 or 5. We will see if we need to increase their power or not. So Brew is another one. He has a poison attacks on his basic attack, 5% of the bigger poisons. And he can also, on his A2, attacks one enemy, he has a 30% extra chance of inflicting a critical hit. So he's going to be dealing damage as well as applying dots on the enemies. So those two are the best ones. Let's look at the other ones. So if Faction Wars is kind of like a PvE arena, or is it going to be like campaign, you're going to need a champion that has freeze. So this guy has a 30% chance of applying freeze on his basic attack. You can pick a higher priority target that you need to try to control, and this guy will help you out. Hopefully, if he lands his debuff, and he can also fully deplete a target's ally turn meter, and then he heals them by 50% of lost turn meter, and heals the target by 10% of the turn meter. Heals the target by 10% if their turn meter is less than 10% full. So again, he's a healer. So he's a support champion that can freeze on his basic attack. I don't like that he takes away turn meter, but if you can keep your allies alive, that is very helpful. Oldbeard is also another solid choice. The funny thing is, I feel like you can just make a team of these uncommons and then you can use them. I wouldn't work on Thrasher. I would actually do a double of one of these. If you're allowed to use duplicate champions, then I would do that. You can make a duplicate Brute if you need more damage. Because Brute looks like he's the only one that is attack based. Well, Thrasher is too, but he's not that good. He just has a basic and A1 and block buffs. So yeah, you can make a team from these uncommons if you want. You can use all 5 of them. I don't know how many they're going to allow us to use, 5 or 4. But if you can use 5, I would use all 5 of these. And let's move on to the rares. So we're going to look at the farmable champions first. We got Rocktooth. Rocktooth is very good. You can do a double hit if you crit, so you can build him with crit. And he also has an AoE that places an increased crit rate buff on all allies for 1 turn. And he has heal reduction. So heal reduction looks like it's going to be very good. If you're going to be dealing with a lot of healers in Faction Wars, yeah, we'll see what happens. So that's the only farmable champion. I think that's the only farmable one out of the rares. Good choice is obviously Bellower, but these guys are void, so we're not going to be focusing on them. But if you have Bellower, he's going to be amazing for you in Faction Wars. Pounder is a good choice. So you can get this guy from Ancient Shards. The rest of them you can get from Ancient Shards and Mystery Shards. If I'm not mistaken, if they are farmable, let me know down in the comments section. But I don't think they are. So this guy's good because he has a freeze on his A2, and if the target is already frozen, he has a 25% chance of placing it on another enemy. So if you have a champion that can apply freeze, as I said, on his basic attack, he will freeze another champion if he hits them with it. But it's only 25% chance, but if you skill it up, it's going to be much better. Also, this guy can synergize with the champions that give him buffs. He can increase the resistance of allies by 15 for each active buff on himself. And you can build a magic team around him because he has an aura skill, increase magic ally attack in all battles by 20%. So all battles is good. That's going to work in Faction Wars, and he has decreased attack on his basic attack. So he's a solid choice to work on. So Rocktooth and Pounder. So a team that I see is Rocktooth, Pounder, and Fortress Goon. So that's 3. And then you can throw in Frost Skin. So he has a freeze on his basic. And Brute. So that's a full team right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it's 5. So you got, yeah, full team. You can use Pounder as lead. So you got a full team right there. And another team you can run a full spirit team, but there's no aura skill. So the champions with the aura skills are going to be so the only champion with aura skill from the rares that is viable is Pounder, but he just only works in magic. So these guys don't really have options for aura skills unless they release more champions. So you can't really make any other team, but the optimal team, I would say, because of the aura skills, would be, as I stated, Pounder, Rocktooth, Fortress Goon, Brute, and Frost Skin. So that is a good team for you guys to build. Let's move on to Lizardmen. So Lizardmen has very, very good champions for uncommon because they have Saurus. So honestly, I would just say 4 or 5 Saurus. Yeah, you can build 4. Saurus is a spirit type. So the issue with the Lizardmen is they don't have a good leader under the rares because everything is in dungeons or arena. That's one of the issues. They don't have a leader or skill. So what we have to do is build a team without leader skill. So what I would do is build a team of all Sauruses. I think that would help you clear. So with the uncommons, the only one I would go with is Saurus. So Saurus and Skinner are very good. So has a triple hit on his basic attack, and you can remove 2 random buffs from target. So Saurus and Skinner. So you can have a full team of Saurus or all Saurus and 1 Skinner. Yeah, that would be a good option. So a farmable champion is Skull Sworn. He's a very good champion. He can attack like a lot of times. If you haven't seen my Skull Sworn in-depth guide/review, you guys can check that out if you want to know more about him. He can place a counterattack on himself, which also increases speed. He can fill his turn meter by 50% on critical hits, and fill the champion's turn by 50% if the champion kills an enemy. So if you build a team of a bunch of Skull Sworns, I think that would be a good option for faction wars. Skink is a good option if you have him, but this guy is not farmable. You can get him from mystery shards or ancient shards. He has a basic attack that ignores block damage and shield buffs, and he also has decreased defense, heal reduction on his A2. He has a heal reduction and decreased defense. If the enemy has decreased defense, he puts heal reduction. And then his A3 attacks one enemy. The hit is critical if the target has a heal reduction debuff. He just synergizes with himself very well. He has increased magic ally attack in all battles by 30%. I think he's the only one that has... Yeah, so Lizardmen actually do have an aura skill, but it's only magic. So you have to build a team with magic champions. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you can choose Skinner. That's 5. So that's a team right there. The first 4 and then 5. That's a team right there. Because you got to use magic, right? And then a full team of Saurus is a good option, as I said before. So a support unit that you can use is Metal Shaper. He can steal a random buff on his basic attack. He plays shield buff on all allies for 2 turns, and the value of shield is proportional to his level. So you can get him to level 50 or I wouldn't say level 60. That's too much resources invested. You can remove all debuffs from an ally with the lowest HP, then heals this ally by 20% of his max HP, and places a 25% increased defense buff on the target for 3 turns. So yeah, he's a very, very good support unit. So that's one of the issues with this team is they only have 2 supports. They have Gator and then they have Metal Shaper. A lot of attackers though. So that's all I really have to go over Lizardmen. I think their faction war might be pretty hard unless you go cheesing with Saurus. Alright, so that's it for this video on the Gaellen Pact. We went over the Ogryn tribes and Lizardmen. In the next video, we're going to go over Skinwalkers and Orbs. I'll try to pick teams that you guys can make. And if you guys found this video helpful or entertaining in any way, make sure you guys drop a like. And if you guys are new to the channel, it's the first time watching me, then definitely hit that big red subscribe button. And while you're at it, hit the bell icon to let YouTube know you want to stay up to date on all my latest content. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.